Good morning, class. Today, I want to look at Microsoft Word application. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about Microsoft Word application, such that you can apply it very well in your workplaces, on your computers, wherever you are. Microsoft Word application is basically used to make documents, to type. Say you want to type a textbook, you want to type a CV, you want to type a cover letter. So all of these things, we use them in Microsoft Word. The difference between Microsoft Word and Excel is in Microsoft Word, we don't do calculations. But in Excel, basically, we deal with calculations. So all the features we are going to see in Microsoft Word can also be done in Excel. However, in Excel, we add the part of using formulas. The same applies to PowerPoint, also builds on Microsoft Word. So PowerPoint, we add a few features to deal with the slides. So understanding Microsoft Word is almost understanding 50% of the Microsoft suite. When we talk of a Microsoft suite, we talk of a package that comes with Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Publisher. We have also Microsoft Project inside. So I would urge you to go through all these applications. But we are going to begin with Microsoft Word, which is the basic. So from Microsoft Word, we shall progress to other programs. I'm Richard Kawuma, lecturer at Nkumba University, in the School of Computing and Informatics. And this course unit is Computer Applications 1, whereby we are going to cover Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and Microsoft PowerPoint. But to begin with is Microsoft Word. We are going to do it practically. So let us begin right away with the course. I'm going to share the screen for Microsoft Word, which we are going to use. Okay, the screen in front of us, when you open Microsoft Word, that is how it looks like. We are going to understand each feature one by one. So on the top there, where you see mine says document 2, but depends on what you have. Some of you see document 1, others document 3. But the first part here is called the title bar. And in the title bar, we have what we call the quick access toolbar. Quick access toolbar has the save button, which you can use to save. It has the undo button. We shall see later on what it does. We have the redo button. We shall see what it does. But after those buttons, we have the name of our document up there. So the name of this file, for file management, we saw that each file has a unique name. Each document you create has a unique name. So computer automatically gives it a unique name. Now mine has given it document 2. But we can change this unique name to give it a name which you like. Then from there, we have these three buttons here. You have the minimize button. Then we have the maximize and we have the close button. This one will close the application. This one will minimize the application and report it down on the taskbar. You can practice these buttons and see what they do on your computer. So let us begin by giving our file a name. So the first thing you do is to give your document a unique name. How do we do this? So we click on the file. So we click on the word file, or you can click on the save button here. You can as well press Ctrl S. Now when you point a mouse and it shows you in the brackets, there is a shortcut which can be used on the keyboard. As you can see the save, it has Ctrl plus S. So you can either click on this save button, or you can come to file, and then you choose save or save as. Now, what is the difference between save and save as? So if you're saving the file for the first time, which has no name, you use the save as. So that is saving the file for the first time, which has no name. We use save as. But in case the file already has a name and you are just adding on it, then you have to use save. However, even if you click save, when you're saving for the first time, it will automatically take you to the save as screen. So since we are saving for the first time, I'm going to click save as. So let us click save as. Please practice these things on your computer. Have a computer with you. Follow me. What I do, you do. So we click save as. Now the moment we click save as, the computer is going to ask us a location where we want to save. Where do we want to save? You can save on the cloud. This means on the cloud. That means you can save over the internet. You can save on this PC, that is this computer, or you can add a place. But the best thing we are going to do, we are going to use the browse. Browse means we are going to look for a location which is appropriate for us to save on. So we are going to click browse. Now when we click browse, Microsoft Word provides us with a dialog box. And this dialog box is going to help us to locate where we want to save our file. First of all, on the left-hand side here, when you scroll, you have various locations where you can save your work. I can save this work on the desktop. In file management, we saw how to save work on desktop. I can save it in downloads. I can save it in documents. I can also save it in a different location, like on a different drive. Okay? But at the moment, we are going to choose documents. We want to save our work inside the documents. So when we click documents, the window for documents here appears. As you can see, these are that is the work which I have saved in documents. So the next step is to give it a file name. The computer will automatically put an extension .docx. This extension means that file is a Microsoft Word document, as you see here, save as type, Microsoft Word document. So we are going to delete the name suggested by the computer. Shall delete it, and we are going to type a name of your choice, which is unique. That name must not be inside your computer or inside my documents. Otherwise, you'll overwrite it. So I'm going to name this lesson 1. Then I'm going to click on save to save that file. So this is okay. Now you can see our name has changed. It is no longer document 2, but now it is lesson 1. So now my file is ready to type in. So that is the title bar. From the title bar, next we have the menu bar. Now the menu bar here gives us a list of commands which we can use. We have already seen the file. When you click on the file, we can create a new document. We can open an existing document. We can save. We can use save as. We can also save as a PDF document. Sometimes you'll be required to save as a PDF document. So this is where we save as a PDF document. We can also print. So basically, the tools that we are going to use under the file menu, you will need the new, open, save, save as PDF, and print. You can write these buttons down. We shall now and again practice them and see what they are doing until when we get there. Okay, now I'm going to press the back arrow to go back to my screen. So the next menu is the home button. Then the next is the insert, then the draw. As you can see, anytime I click on a menu, you see that these tools here change. We are going to shortly see what they are. So anytime I click on a menu, so you'll see the tools keep changing. Anytime I click on a menu. So let us click on the home tab or home menu. Now, the moment we click on the home tab, we have this area here, which is referred to as a ribbon. So the ribbon in Microsoft Word is a list of tools. The ribbon is just a list of tools that you can use under the home tab. Like when you click on the search button, also its ribbon will bring various tools that you can use under the search tab. When you click on draw, it's also giving you other tools you can use, and so forth and so on. Now, back to the home tab. Now you see that the ribbon is also subdivided into groups. We call these groups like the clipboard group ends here. From here up to here, we have the clipboard group, and here's those tools. We shall see shortly what those tools do. From the clipboard group, we have the font group. Font group also has its own tools. We shall see what they do. Then from the font group, we have the paragraph group, which also ends here with its own tools. Then we have the styles group, and so on and so forth. So these commands are divided into groups. However, each group has what we call a dialog box launcher, that arrow pointing down. So in case some of the commands you don't see them here, you can click on the dialog box launcher, launch more tools. Even here, when you click on dialog box launcher, so it will bring you more tools. Maybe these tools may not be here. Okay, like the double strike through, you will not see it here. But when you click on dialog box launcher, you can get the double strike through. Same applies to the paragraph group. You click on dialog box launcher, it will give you more tools. Like the line and page breaks, you may not see them here, but so that is a dialog box launcher. Every group has its own dialog box launcher. The styles also, it has a dialog box launcher. We shall see what it does when we come to do the automatic table of contents. We shall use it very much. So from the ribbon, next we have a ruler. We have what we call a horizontal ruler, and we have what we call the vertical ruler. So you can put this ruler, you can remove it under the view menu. So we have the ruler there. You can remove the ruler, you can put it back. Sometimes when you come on your computer and the ruler is not there, you just come to a view tab, then you click on ruler, the ruler will come. That is the ruler. Under the view tab, you can also put grid lines in your work, or you can remove them. Normally we use a plain text, but if you want a grid lines, you can put them. So let us put the ruler and see what the ruler does. So the ruler is divided into margins. We have the left margin, which is this one, which is that gray area there. That is the left margin. Then we have the right margin, which is that gray area. And when you come to a vertical ruler, we have the top margin. And when we scroll down, we have the bottom margin. So in these margins, we don't write anything. Now, when you see where the breaking cursor is, that means when you are typing, that is where your work is going to begin. You cannot type in the margin like in the traditional way. When a page has a margin, we don't write in the margins. So where the cursor is, so that means when you are typing, that's where your text will go. That breaking cursor there. And this area now is referred to as the text area. So that is where our text is going to go. So we are going to type our first text, which is going to be, this is my first Microsoft Word text. Okay, now as you type, you see sometimes some words are going to be underlined red. So when you see a word which is underlined red, it means there's a spelling mistake there. So go back to correct that word. You can right click on that word. The computer will suggest for you a correct spelling. But in case that word is what you want, then you just click ignore. But since now Microsoft Word, this is a correct spelling, Microsoft Word should begin with a capital M. So I'm going to select that and say red will go away. So this is my first word, text. This lesson is online with Zoom application program. We hope you learn. Now, this is what I want you to see. The moment the computer reaches at the end, it automatically goes down. So you don't need to worry. So you just continue typing. The moment you reach the end, the computer will automatically go down. So we hope to learn more from it. Okay. Now, if I want to create a paragraph, now, as long as I'm still typing the same paragraph, it is okay. But if I want to create a new paragraph, then I have to use the Enter key on the keyboard. So you press Enter, we'll create a new paragraph. So this is a new paragraph, which is created by pressing the Enter key on the keyboard. So that in that way, we are creating a new paragraph by pressing the enter key on the keyboard. Now, what if I want to replace this word lesson by the word lecture? In case I made a mistake, instead of lesson, I want to type lecture. So what do? The easiest way is to click at the beginning of the word, then you drag your mouse over it. So that is called selection. There we are selecting it. I repeat, you click and hold down the mouse button, then you drag over and you release. Then just type the new word, lecture, so it will replace it. Or if I want to, the same word now I want to put, instead of lecture, I want to put lesson. So I can use either the delete button or the backspace. What is the difference between the two? So if I'm to use the delete button, I'm going to click at the beginning of the word. Then I'm going to press the delete button on my keyboard, but this one will delete one letter at a go. So I've deleted the word, then I can type what I want. You can also use the backspace. Backspace will click at the end of the word. Then use the backspace on the keyboard. Backspace is that big arrow which is pointing on the left hand side. That big arrow is found on the right hand, on this right hand of the keyboard. So you see a big arrow there. So when you click that, is called backspace. It also deletes one letter at a go, then you type lecture. Now the difference between delete and backspace, so it means when you want to use the delete, it is going to delete letters from going to the right, but backspace will delete letters to the left. So I want you to go and practice these two buttons after this lesson, that is using backspace in Microsoft Word, using backspace when typing, then using delete key when typing, so these two keys, the backspace, the delete key, then using the enter key on keyboard. So we want to practice these three buttons: backspace, delete, and the enter key. We want to practice them as much as we can to see how best we can use them. Another thing we have seen, that is saving a document in Microsoft Word. Okay. Another thing which we have seen, that is correcting spellings in Microsoft Word. So we are going to practice this after this lesson. Then we also need to see how we close a document and then opening a saved document. So we are going now to close and then we open. But before you close a document, you need to first save your work. Okay? So you click on the save button. or you press Ctrl S on the keyboard and you save your work before you close. So after saving your work, then you can press the close button, which is up here, and you close the work. Okay. So I'm going to open again that file. I'm going to open again the file. So again, let me share my screen. So let us open that file. Let me share the screen. So I need to first locate where I saved that file. So I saved the file under the desktop, or I can just open a new Word document. So when I open a new Word document, under the new Word document, I'm going to click on File, Open, then I'll click on Open. Sometimes the file will show itself here. But you can also use Ctrl-O on your keyboard. You should run these shortcuts. You can use Ctrl-O on your keyboard. Then you can, in case you don't see a file here, you can browse. Then you go to the desktop where you saved your work. Then you scroll until when you see your work. So it was lesson 1. Then you click on Open. I'm just pausing because I want you to do it yourselves. So I hope everyone has opened it now. Now you said the moment you click open, this file opens automatically. But what if it is a sensitive document, which you don't want everybody to just open? So there, we are going to put a password. So when you click File, then Save As. Again, we shall go to Browse. Again, we want that file to be in Documents. The name will reserve Lesson 1. Then we come down here to Tools. So under Tools, you go to General Options. So under General Options, you are going to put a password to open. Password to open allows a person to open your document, but will not be able to make any changes in it. Then password to modify, we allow a person to modify the document. So password to open, I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put the same password to modify, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I click OK. So it will prompt me to re-enter the password. So I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is okay. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then I can click Save. So this time you close your document and try to open. You see you see what will happen. So if I close it, now I'm going to open that document and you see what a computer will do. So I'll go back to File, then I click on, so you see it is asking me for the password. If a person doesn't know the password, that is the end of the story. So if I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is a password to open. Then it is also prompting for the password to modify. So if I don't put a password to modify, I'll click read only. So I'll be able only to read, but I'll not make any changes to the document. If I want to make changes, then I'll click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then I click OK. So there I'm able to make to add changes to a document. So we have seen how to close a document, opening a saved document. Then also we have learned how to password protect a document. That is the text area, and we have seen some features of the text area. Now, as we go away, I want you to learn the following keys on the keyboard and use them for practice, because typing lessons is just a skill which you acquire by yourself. Typing lessons is just a skill. The more you practice, the more you learn typing. You can go to Google and get Mavis Bacon typing lessons, or you can download the software which is called Type Faster. You can also help install on your machine, then follow what is being done. There are so many YouTube videos which can also help you to type. You can also follow those. So I want you to learn how to use the following keys on the keyboard. That is Shift key, then space bar, Control, Apps, Lock, and Numlock. Numlock, End button or End key, then the Home key. When I say home, I don't mean this home. There is a home key on the keyboard. That's what I mean. Then the Tab key. Then the alternating key is called, on your keyboard, it is written as Alt key. Then arrow keys. So in the next lesson, I hope you should have practiced these keys and you should know the meaning, what they do. You can go to Google. Let me share my screen here, another screen. So this one is prompting me to save. So I will save. Let me stop sharing this screen. Let me share. So you can go to Google and just put their typing lessons. Typing lessons. Then you go to videos. So you have so many videos there which can teach you typing skills. Just pick on any video, follow it. You can also use the Mavis Bacon. Mavis Bacon is also very good. Actually, it's one of the best. So you can use Mavis Bacon. Teachers typing. I recommend this, it is the best. You can also download this software, which is called Type Faster. It is a free software which you can download. Is there download Type Faster? It is free of charge. Download it and install it on your machine and use it for practice. So from this lesson, we have introduced ourselves to Microsoft Word. We have seen the starting point of using Microsoft Word. That is the title bar, menu bar. We have seen the ribbon, and we have said this ribbon is divided into groups, and each group has its own tools. We shall say it around what each tool does. Then from the ribbon, we have talked of the ruler, that is the horizontal ruler and the vertical ruler. The horizontal ruler, we have seen it as a left margin and a right margin. We have seen also the vertical ruler has a top margin and a bottom margin. And we have seen that inside in the margins, we don't type anything there. So what we type is typed in the text area. And the text area is where that blinking cursor starts. And we have said straight away start typing. We have seen the typing lessons where we can get them from to practice. So from this lesson, I expect each student to go and practice as much as you can typing. We have seen some important keys on the keyboard, like the Enter key. We have seen the delete, the backspace, and we have seen how to replace words. And I've given you an assignment to go and learn more how to use other various keys and what they do on the keyboard. That is the Shift key, Control key, Caps Lock, the Tab key, Space bar, Out key, arrow keys, the End key, and the Home key. Thank you for attending this lecture. Let's meet in the next lecture, lecture 2, where I hope you will have learned more on your own, especially the typing skills, because in lecture 2, we are going to start editing the text which we have typed. We are going to start using various tools to change the appearance of the text. But there's no way you are going to use these tools unless you have learned how to type. You need first of all to type as much as you can, then you can edit and change the text. See you in the next lecture.